All right, let's cut right to it. We're going to slice through all the noise and get to the brutal, honest truth about building a software company. And look, this isn't just some theory. This is an explainer built on 15 years of advice from someone who was really in the trenches, made all the mistakes, and somehow managed to build a massive success from the ground up. So what's the first thing that pops into your head when you think software startup? Probably some founder in a hoodie pitching a room full of venture capitalists hoping for a massive check, right? We've been told that's the only path. But what if that's just wrong? Well, the guy behind this advice is Alex Becker. He built his company Hyros to nearly $40 million a year in revenue without a dime of outside investment. He bootstrapped the entire thing. So yeah, when he says you don't need VC money, he knows exactly what he's talking about. And that leads us right into the first big myth we gotta bust. This idea that every software company has to be a unicorn. You know, the next Slack or Zapier, aiming for a billion-dollar valuation, or it's a total failure. The reality? It's way more nuanced than that. Okay, so take a look at this. It really breaks down the two main roads you can go down. On the left, you've got the unicorn path. This is all about equity. The goal is that billion-dollar valuation. You're funded by VCs, and you forget about profits for years. It's all about growth at any cost. But then look to the right. That's the cash cow. This is a profit play. The goal here is just financial freedom, maybe 50 grand a month in your pocket. You fund it yourself, and the whole point is to be profitable from day one. The key takeaway here, you have to decide what your actual goal is before you do anything else. And hey, just so we're all crystal clear, when we say bootstrapped, it means exactly what it sounds like. You're pulling yourself up by your own bootstraps. You build the company with your own money. No investors, no board of directors telling you what to do. It's your company, your rules. All right, now this next myth, it's gonna feel a little weird, because we're always told cash is king, right? The whole idea is to pull as much profit out of the business as you can as fast as you can. But in the software world, that might be the single worst move you can make. I mean, just listen to this quote. The best way to make money isn't actually trying to make money. What in the world does that even mean? Well, it's all about playing the long game. And this is how that long game works. This is the magic formula. Let's say your company is making $80,000 a month in profit. Instead of pocketing that, you do step one. You put it all back into the business. That cash then fuels step two. You accelerate your growth with way more marketing, better development. And here's where it gets crazy. In step three, that faster growth multiplies your company's value. So step four, your personal net worth just skyrockets. You might give up $1 million in cash profit over a year, but your piece of the company could be worth $2, $3, maybe even $5 million more. You're building actual wealth, not just an income. Okay, let's tackle the next big one. This is the idea that if you want to build a real tech company, you have to be in San Francisco. You have to be in the heart of Silicon Valley, hiring from that same talent pool. But here's the brutal truth about building a company there. You're dealing with absolutely insane costs for salaries, for rent, for everything. There's this culture of performance art, people who are better at talking in buzzwords than actually getting work done. And the churn is incredible. Everyone's a mercenary just waiting for the next big offer. It's a ridiculously expensive and inefficient way to get started. Now, what's the flip side? A remote team. And honestly, it's like a superpower. All of a sudden, you can hire the absolute best person for the job, no matter if they're in Portugal or Argentina or Des Moines. You can pay them a fantastic salary that isn't totally warped by Bay Area prices. And you get more focused work from people who are genuinely happy and not looking to jump ship in 6 months. It is a massive strategic advantage. Okay, last myth. And this is for all of you out there who think you need to lock yourself in a basement for a year to code the perfect product before anyone ever lays eyes on it. The advice here is to do the complete opposite. Do things that do not scale. Go out and manually find 50 customers before your product is even done. Treat them like your design partners and literally build the product for them. In the beginning, you should act like a VIP concierge service. Set everything up for them, onboard them personally, and guarantee they get a result. That is how you prove you're solving a problem that people will actually pay for. And this whole manual, hands-on process, it's all about finding that one holy grail, product market fit. And I love this definition for it. It's not when customers are just happy. It's the point where your product is so critical to their lives or business that they would literally freak out, maybe even show up with pitchforks if you ever threaten to turn it off. That's your goal. Nothing else matters until you hit that. So we've busted all these myths, the VC myth, the cash myth, the Silicon Valley myth. So what's left? What's the one rule that actually matters? Well, it all comes down to something incredibly simple. It's this. The secret isn't building a better product. It's not about having more features or a slicker design. The entire game is won through an obsessive, relentless focus on making your customer happier and more successful. That's it. Period. And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? You should never, ever be chasing your competitors. Who cares what they're doing? They're not the ones paying your bills. Your customers are. So chase them. Talk to them. Build for them. Solve their deepest problems. So I'll just leave you with this question to chew on. Forget the market. Forget your competitors. Who is that one specific person, that one ideal customer, whose problems you are willing to become completely and utterly obsessed with solving? Because whoever that is, that's your answer.